Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and tonight I am going to be making another layout for my March Madness series where I am going to be participating in Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, as well as the Cowball Challenge. So if you are interested in sketches, please go and check them out. We have this is series 17 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And we have in the Facebook group all the previous sketches. So go check that out. We also have a one-click playlist that's going to take you to the uh, playlist on Christy's channel that has all of the creators who are making layouts with her sketches for this series all in one playlist. So that's always fun too. You can check that out. The links for both of those things are down below. Calvin Ball, if you're interested in checking out a membership group or the free events that Calvin Ball has going on over there, or sorry, that scraphappy.org has going on over there, go check that out. Calvin Ball is just one of them. And let's see what else. I think that's it for now. So then let's just get to it. I have my sketch for today. It is by Laura Moss, and I have her information linked below in the description box as well. This is the sketch for today. It has these like scallopy looking kind of arches in the embellishment clusters, which I thought was really different and fun. And so I went and grabbed my Vicky Bouton Bold and Bright stencil that has this like scalloped arch rainbow kind of thing happening. And I put that stencil in 3 places and then stenciled in with the layer that goes on top with all of the lines, and I did that in black. So that's kind of fun. So that's my stenciling for today. And then I did a little bit of black splatter down the center there. And then on the sketch, she has a bunch of strips, right? So I'm going to put a bunch of strips there. She has 2 photos. I only have 1 photo, and then a title and some journaling. So let's see what this is going to turn into, because my stuff is really different. I have 1 photo, but my journaling is kind of massive. It's on like a 4x6 journaling card. So it's going to be different, but I'm going to make the sketch work for me. Okay, so I'm just going to set this aside for a sec. And the first thing I want to do is all I have done is the stenciling and then the splattering, and then I stamped a stitched line across the top there. And then I cut this is like a wood grain pattern. It's really hard to see. It's Doodlebug Petite Prints, and it's the white and gray wood grain. And I just mounted that onto a piece of black cardstock. So I had that dark frame around the outside. And then I grabbed a bunch of these strips that were mostly, I think most of them came out of the same paper, but it's one of the older Say Cheese Simple Stories patterned papers, but it was all border strips, and these ones were mostly already cut because I have a whole other sheet of it. I was going to pull it out and show it to you guys, but I think I put it away with the rest of the Disney stuff. So let's see what we got. So I have a stripe strip. Okay, so then with my Calvin Ball list, I was kind of like looking to see what kind of patterns I wanted. So I have stripes, polka dots, plaid, and wood grain. Okay, so I have a wood grain background. I have stripes. I have polka dots. And I couldn't find a chevron one. I did have these, but I wasn't sure if those are considered chevrons. Yeah, I guess so. But I wasn't sold on the coloring. And then I also had this smaller polka dot if I want to switch to that. But I did have a washi in Disney colors that was chevron, and I also had a grid. So I feel like we can make some of this stuff work for us. I also had this strip, which I really liked, and it's kind of a layered one. So it has like this text in the background that includes our typewriter font. And then it has this piece that kind of looks like washi and a star with some stitching. So lots of things in that one that could be considered Calvin Ball points, right? And then I also like this one that is what do we call this one? film strip. My hair is in there apparently. So we have our film strip border, and then we have, where's my striped one? There it is. My striped one. Okay. And then I also had a scrap of vellum. This is, I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to tell, but it's feathers on vellum. What? I know. So fun. But I just have scraps of it. So this, I thought this scrap could fit into my layers somehow. Maybe I'll tear on it. And then I had this narrow one from that same, I think it's actually from here. And I thought that could go on there somewhere. I think that's about it. Okay, so we got polka dots, stripes, film strips, and chevron. Okay, so let's cut. I just put the washi onto a scrap of white cardstock so that it would stand out a little bit. So let's get that. You know what? I was going to change the blade and I didn't. I wonder if I have one close by. I can grab without knocking my lights over. It's not too far away, but let's change the blade because I cut some paper and it was very fuzzy. I was like, I should change that, but I forgot to do it before I turned the camera on. Won't take but a moment. Here we go. Okay, so let's get this piece under here. How's everybody doing tonight? It's Thursday. Hi. Oh, thank you, Alma. I'm so happy you're here. Thanks for joining in. I love when you guys come here and visit with me. It's so nice. And I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. I have a lot of fun making them, so I'm glad somebody's enjoying them. Okay, so this one's a grid washi, and then this one's a chevron washi. Let's cut that one down. Nope. I don't know. It's not wanting to. There we go. That's better. Line that up, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll set that one aside because I could always get another piece of washi on there. And that was a full 12-inch length. So these will need to be cut down. So those are kind of the layers I'm thinking of putting in here. I think I'm going to start with this one at the top and then this one at the bottom, and then we'll go from there. What do you guys think? Okay, so grab my ATG. How's everybody doing tonight? Are we having a good day? It's Thursday. I don't know what your weather's like, but oh my gosh, it snowed here today. Fake spring, teasing us like it was gonna actually be here, and then the snow came back. It was like wet, heavy snow too. Perfect for making snowmen if you're into that sort of thing. Or snowball fights. So do you see how they're like a different border strip on the other side too? So I think this collection was from 2015, so it was 10 years old. So I think one of the Calvin Ball things is, oops, that's upside down, is using super old stash. And I think 10 years old counts as super old. Although I have plenty that's more than 10 years old around here. Okay, so I want this one in here somewhere. Something like that. I want this one in here. And I think I'll go with my next biggest one next, which is this film strip one. So we'll get that on there. I think, you guys, that I only have, after I'm done 30 days of sketches, I think I only have one more photo for this album. So that'll be exciting. And I think I left it out intentionally because there I go putting things on upside down again. I think I left it out intentionally because I was like wanting to put the album together and see if I needed one more page or not. So I think that was the method to my madness for that one. So we'll see how that works out. How about this one? It's kind of fun, right? I might cut it down just a little bit more. Oops. My goodness. I'm all butterfingers today. I've dropped so many things today. I don't know what the deal is. No good reason for it either. Just one of those days, I guess. And here we go. I think that'll be kind of a cute one too. So we'll get some Black Soot Distress ink back onto our ink pad. It's starting to fade a bit. And I kept the colors out so I could tell you. So my red scallop stencil is in Lumberjack Plaid. My yellow one is Fossilized Amber. And my blue one is Uncharted Mariner. Now I wanted to do like a lighter, like this color, but I didn't have that color in oxide ink. And so I was like, well, there's other darker blue in this collection. I'll just have to make sure to find it in the embellishments to get it added to the layout. So I'm going to layer that up a little bit. There. Then we have this one. Do I want it up at the top maybe? Maybe, because I also want this chevron on here. Maybe like there. A little bit longer. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one down a little bit and get that on there. This one's a little bit of a brighter yellow, but I find once it's on there and I cover a lot of this part up, right? Because my photo is going to go on there and my title. The brighter yellow gets kind of, it blends better once everything's laid down. So try not to stress too much about that exact tone of my colors on a layout, as long as they all coordinate a bit. And who are we kidding? What has really been coordinating on my layouts lately? Not much. I don't mind throwing things together. I do like my colors to, oops. Sorry, I'm on call, so I have to at least be aware of my phone. I can't completely like turn it off, but that's okay. We are good. Oop. There we go. And the side. Just ink up those edges and make them match, but I think I want to cut this one down just to like right there. I don't want it to cover up my, where it says a grand place to visit. I just want it to kind of like be on there. So that's good. We've got that on there. You're in Arizona. That's so nice. It's Alma says it's 80 degrees in Arizona. That sounds lovely. Not here. Hey, 3 layouts for Calvin Ball. So Elma's completed 3 Calvin Ball layouts. That's awesome. I love that you even like took the list out and tried. I like how Elma says, I like how you rack up points for Calvin Ball. I get ideas from you to incorporate into my layouts and earn points. Yay! That makes me happy. I'm glad that you're playing along. And you know what? I think everybody needs to set their own goal for Calvin Ball. So like, do you want to get 100 points or 50 points? Or I wanted to break 1,000, which I did, which is kind of fun. And I was hoping to stay in the top 10 this year and also to complete a layout a day, which I think I've pretty much stuck to. I have more than 30 layouts done for the month of March already. So how's that for fun times? Okay, so we have our layers for our, I think that's it for our sketch. I did want to put this on here. Maybe I'll just tuck this one a little bit kind of under, and it can overlap my yellow scallop a little bit. That's so awesome. I'm glad you're playing, Alma. It is really fun to play Calvin Ball. I always feel like I'm seeing a lot. Yeah, more than 30 layouts. Yeah. I'm always excited to like pull out that list and look through all of my things and find what's on the list. Like, guess what's on the list right now? I think I mentioned this yesterday, but mesh. It has been so long since I used mesh on a layout, and I have some, and so it's going to go on this layout today in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how much of it, but there's going to be some put on here. So I think it'll be so fun. Okay. I was so tired today, you guys. I maybe it's the snowy weather. I'm not sure, but oh my goodness. I swear I could have just slept at my desk today when I should have been working. I thought about it. I didn't do that though. Okay, so I'm going to put these pieces away so they're not all over my desk, and I'm dropping things today, falling on the floor. I did also want this one, and I think maybe this is a cute one to put like right here. So let's cut it down a little bit. But I always like these like little ones that have like lots of, I don't know. I think they just add a little bit of visual interest, but they're small and not going to take up a ton of space on my layout. You don't have any mesh. Well, I have been scrapbooking a very long time, and I have so many things, and my sort of rule to myself is as long as I have the space for it, it's not like taking over my kitchen or something. Although there was a time where I scrapbooked in the kitchen before I had a room to myself. But as long as I have the space for it and I still like it, it can stay. If it's something that I'm like, I don't really like that, it can go. But I've always really liked the look of mesh. I just don't think about using it. It's not very trendy right now, you know? So we're going to give it a whirl today. Okay, so now I need a photo, journaling. Here's my mesh. You want to see it? Woo, woo. So funny. Mesh, journaling, photo. Let's start with the journaling photo, then we'll grab a title. Okay. So this is the chipboard frame. So frame is on the list, and I had these chipboard frames in my Disney box. So I pulled it out. I'm just going to ink the edges because they're very like, well, chipboard colored. I don't know. What do you call that? Gray, I guess. Yeah. So Alma's saying that she has trouble keeping up and working. Yeah, I feel ya. I have the job that I have now is weirdly way less stressful than the one I used to have. So I feel sometimes almost like I have all this like extra energy at the end of the day. But man, this month, it could be the Calvin Ball, but I think it's mostly the weather where I'm just like, Ooh, nope. I'm too tired. But I've been keeping up every day and doing a layout, which that's not my normal. I'll be honest, I usually do about 20 layouts a month. But last month, I think I did 9. So, it's not consistent. It's not all the time. I don't always have that kind of energy. You've been scrapbooking since the year 2000. Same. Yeah, roughly around then. My middle boy is turning 27. So, yeah, he was about 2 when I started, so that makes sense. Okay, so this is my photo, and it is of all my kids at the Bugs Life ride, or not ride, I guess it was like a show at Disneyland. Doesn't exist anymore, so I thought it was important to get it in the book. And I loved those glasses. I thought they were hilarious. I love when things are themed like that, and it's not just like your average 3D glasses. They give you something that's to the theme, you know? I went to a play one time with my middle one, and we went to see a show that my brother happened to be in while we were visiting. And it was a Buddy Holly, and they had these paper Buddy Holly glasses. Oh my God, I loved them so much. They were so funny. And yes, being a scrapbooking mom, I kept a pair to put on my layout. Too bad I don't have memorabilia from this trip to add to my layouts because it's on the Calvin Ball list, but I'm sticking to the photos that I want to scrapbook. Okay. Here we go. Something like that. That's what I'm thinking. So I have my photo and my journaling. And I was thinking the mesh could go under my, we could go under here, really. But I was thinking under my journaling. Do I want it? The question is, for me, do I want it under all the journaling or just along the side? And I think the answer is along the side. I feel like that journaling block is already really big, and my scissors do not want to cut this, and they're making my eyes go wonky. Ugh. There we go. All right, Alma, have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by and chatting with me. I really appreciate you. That's so nice. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the back so that it's just like poking out the sides, you know? I don't want it to be behind the whole thing. I think it'll be too much on this layout. But that was my original plan, was to put it like all the way behind. Oh, I put it on upside down. Silly girl. Okay. Okay, there we go. I think that's fun. Got a little mesh on there. Oh my gosh, I haven't used this stuff in forever. It's so fun. And it's just, yeah. So yeah, it looks like I got it at a garage sale. I think I, at one point, had used all of my mesh, and so I was kind of looking for it in like thrift shops and stuff. You can always find good craft supplies at thrift shops, right? I mean, not always, not every time I go, but it's a good place to find them. Okay, what else did I pull out to go on here? So I have a photo, I have journaling, I want a title. So I have this title, I have magical. I have happy on this one. What else do I have? I also have a sheet of alphas if I want to make my own. Okay. This one says magical also. So I have 2 magicals. Okay. I think I'm going to put these down first and then get my title on here. I think I'm going to use one sticker piece and then the alphas and try to like make a title with 2 different things. And there we go. I don't know if that's straight. Let's see. It's hard to say sometimes, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's straighter than I thought. It's hard sometimes when you're looking like onto the layout as opposed to like over top. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then this can go on here somewhere about there, I'm thinking. So I love also that when I'm playing Calvin Ball, I'm like, chipboard. I don't know if I have chipboard. And then I think like raw chipboard. And then I go through my stuff. I'm like, oh, I have lots of chipboard stuff. What am I talking about? I have lots. It's such a good reminder of what's there, what's usable. Okay. Bugs. Okay. I'm going to start with today. Or do I want to start with today or do I want to start with bugs? Hello, bugs. We are bugs today. Which one do I like better? I don't know. That speech bubble is really big, so I think I'm going to go with also too big. No, I don't think those are going to work. Okay. What was this called again? Tough to be a bug. Let's start with bugs. B. I was pretty sure I'd learned my lesson about trying to make up my titles on at the last minute, but I'm not winning this battle. Okay. T-H, nope. T-H, nope. Okay. Okay, how about these bugs? I'm going to put love these bugs. These. There we go. There we go. Look at that. We got it on there. Okay. So we got that. Maybe separate that just a little bit more. And bugs. Okay. Okay, so we have a title, journaling, photo. We need a date. Where's my I did punch a tab, but I'm not sure that this is where my date's gonna go. I think this just might be like a thing. So I think my date might just go down here on a label. Do I have a label? Let me grab one of these ones because these ones are paper ones. And so they can go on here. Ooh, we got a viewfinder. I think that's on the list. We'll keep that out just in case we need it. And that label's way too big. I just want a small one. There we go. So we'll get a little bit of a label on here. And that's where our date will go. And then I can put other things on it. Like I feel like because the date won't take up the whole thing. And I did preset the date stamp. I'm sure it's the right year. The other day I stamped something and I had forgotten to change the year. And I was like, wait, what? And I think it was about my grandkids and it said like 2014. I'm like, they weren't even born yet. That's not right. My bad. Okay. So put that on here. Oops. All right. Did I get 100 words on here, I wonder? Oh, God. I don't know. I'll have to count them because I did not pay attention to that, did I? Okay. And then I had this little acetate piece. So I had these. Did I keep the card? I don't know. They're like 4x6. They're kind of like journaling cards, but they're acetate. So I was like, I can use that on here somewhere. I think that'll be fun. What a cute little piece. But I fussy cut it out because that was the only thing on it. I think they're meant to like go over your photos in like a pocket, but I don't do enough pocket scrapbooking to use them. So I'm just going to leave it off. But this is the washi, one of the washies that I used. This is the other one at the bottom here. So those are going to have to get put away. I did grab this little bit of polka dot ribbon. I thought maybe I could use this up on this layout because use something up is part of the deal. So let me see. I'm just going to angle this a little bit better. And should I just, how do I want to put this on here? Staples? Probably. Stapling's the best way to get ribbon onto a layout. There we go. It's a good way to get acetate onto a layout as well. So maybe I'll staple these on here. There we go. Okay, I also grabbed this doily because I kind of thought doily was on the list and a black doily would be really cute on here. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if there's a spot for it. Maybe I could tuck it just in behind here. What do you think? Probably. I'll have to lift up my photo and journaling block. Probably should have thought about that before, but you know me, this is how I roll. I lay things down, I pick them up. Everybody take a drink of water and stay hydrated every time I lift something up. Getcha. In case you haven't drank all the water you need to drink for the day. It's a good reminder. There we go. Okay, so we got that. We also have this little viewfinder. It can go on here somewhere too. Let's see. Maybe somewhere down here. Could it go there? Sure, why not? Good a place as any. What else did I pull out to put on here? I'm going to try to stick to the collection. I know there's a lot of little things in here that are not part of the collection, but I was like, I have so much from this collection. I really want to just embellish with that. Okay, so this is a photo corner. Just put one on here. I believe that's on the list. There we go. These are from EK Success. I think these are pretty old too. I don't know if it has a date on them, but they've been around for at least since the Say Cheese stuff. Okay. So I used something from this. We also have word strip stickers on here. Let's see. Characters. Because these guys are kind of characters. Just stick that onto my photo. Or under. That's cute. Okay. A little bit of ink first, and we'll put a little extra because they're not that sticky anymore. Because like I said, 2015, they're 10 years old. So don't have their original stick. Okay, we're done with that one. We used some of these. Okay, here's my other chipboard pack. Let's see what goes on here. I don't really see anything that I need. You know what else is in here though that I had was that I had fussy cut a sticker, or not a sticker, a camera from one of the scraps that I was working with. So we could get that on here. Same with this tab, was punched out of a scrap. Okay. Let's see if we can find anything else in the chipboard bits. So I don't think so. I think everything else we can probably just go through the list and see if there's anything we want to pull. Because I feel like we've done a really good job of getting all of the elements on here. So every layout, when I do a layout, I always want to have photos, journaling, date, and a title. And I have all of those things: photo, journaling, date, and a title. I also wanted to follow this sketch. So I was inspired by these little interesting scallopy pieces that are embellishing clusters on here. And I used my stencil for that. Then I was inspired by the strips, and I used some strips, not stripe strips, just strips for the background behind my photos and journaling. And then, yeah, so I feel like I've accomplished the sketch part of my challenge, and now I'm going to move on to the embellishing part. So let's pull out my list. Now I had to print a new list because things started to get complicated, and my old one didn't have all the right things crossed off on it. I noticed yesterday when I went to redo my points using the digital version. And so I was like, I just need to reprint this. So I did. And I was asked, I think by my friend Paula, where do I get my printable version of the Calvin Boyle points? I just copy and paste and change the font size so that it fits, and then I print it. So I like to have it in front of me. Like if I was just not recording, I would just use the digital version, but because I am recording, I feel like I need to have the list beside me. Okay, so now I'm going to just clip these back up and move them because they tend to get mixed in with my papers and then I lose sheets. Okay, so we have a star kind of tucked in back here. There's another star up here. journaling of 100 words and more, I don't know. I'm gonna have to count them because I did not look at my word count before I printed, but it looks like a lot of words. I don't think it's 100 though. Where's my paper pad? Maybe I should be taking notes. I did end 80 points yesterday after I went back and found the right list with the right things crossed off. Anyway, day 27. Today is my mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. Love you. She watches my videos too. Okay, typewriter font. Yes. Star, typewriter font. A label. Yes. A selfie. No. A date. Yep. Washi tape. Yep. Got a couple strips of washi on there. Pre-March project. No. Ribbon. Yep. Got some ribbon on there. Stitching. We got a stitching line up here. A frame. Yep. Right here. And paper clip. Not yet. Let's see if we can find one. I have my little close to my heart goodie box over here that has paper clips in it. This particular one is full of a lot of different goodies, but it also has a ton of paper clips. So let's see what we got. Should we use... I feel like because it's Disney, we can probably put some music notes or a bow. What do you guys think? Oops, a daisy. Let's do a music note. Where are we going to put a music note? Nope, that's not going to work. Maybe a bow will be better because it'll come in the side way. And I'm looking at my shaped ones because it's Calvin Ball, so I get extra points if I find things that are shaped to things on the list, right? So I can get a point for paperclip and a point for bow. Also. So I think this one can go down here with my label piece, but I want it over top the mesh, not underneath the mesh, which means I have to lift it off the mesh to get, nope, that's not correct either. There we go, that's better. Okay, we got our bow, just like Minnie. Minnie always has a bow, right? Yay. Okay, so we got a paper clip. We have enamel dots. I have these enamel dots here. This sticker was loose in my stuff. Maybe I'll just stick it with my, oh, here's the cut apart thing that I cut that acetate piece out of. I probably have room in my sticker book to go stick this down on. Maybe not. I'm sure there's the spot. It's literally sticking out of my sticker. No, that they went entirely. Okay. So let's put one right there. Okay, I'll probably put more on at the end, but that's that for now. Enamel dots, hearts. Yep, there's a heart right here. Doily, we got a doily up here. Oops. Weird. Why is it doing that? Oh, because there's stuff on the back. I'm like, why is it not working? Okay, polka dots. Yeah, we have polka dots. We have a stencil. Yes, we definitely used a stencil. That's such a fun stencil. If you don't have it, you should look for it. It's not new, but it's definitely new enough that it should still be out there. And I love the stars also. It has, oh, that one's not even put away. It has this really fun star stencil too. It's a good one. Okay. Camera. We got our little camera down there. What else? Handwriting. Yeah, there's handwriting on here. Arrows. We have an arrow up here. Word strip sticker right there. Film strip. Yep, we got that in behind. Hexagons. There's not one hexagon on here, is there? Okay, interesting. Plaid. I also did not find a plaid in this collection. A circle. Yeah, we got lots of circles. Our Viewmaster's a circle. Birthday, no. Tag. There's tags on our sticker sheets. So let's look at our sticker sheets and find a tag we want to use. We have a tag here. We have a tag here. Those ones are kind of big for what I'm looking for. This one's kind of cute. I don't want to put it on this layout though because the girl in the photo is my son's ex-girlfriend, so we don't want to put a lovey-dovey anything on there. It's his fault for bringing her though that she's in in the scrapbooks, right? Just kidding. She's a sweetheart. I don't know. Those are really only the ones that I see in here, these bigger ones. Oh, where's the sticker book? I bet you there's something in here. Let's see about that. Tag. I could turn one of those into a tag. We got labels. We got paper clips, arrows. We got alphas. We got strips. Stars. Those might be fun to embellish with at the end. Tickets. I don't see any tags though. No such luck, huh? Well, I could go with just this one. But then I'm going to want to add eyelet and some twine on here. So let's see. Just grab a little silver eyelet, pop it in there. I like putting eyelets or reinforcers on the tag hole. I always just think it makes it look finished. And then I can add some twine. Oh, look, I already had a piece cut. I cleaned up last night, so I have like little scraps of things kicking around. Just loose, and I left this on the top. How convenient for myself. I like when I help myself like that. Not like when I forget to pick the title before I turn on the camera. That's not helping myself. All right. Lift. There we go. Tag. Check, check. What else we got? Stripes. Yes. That's one of the patterns. Twine, we just added. Nice. Watercolor, no. Rub-ons, no. Monochromatic, no. A grid. Pretty sure there's one on here somewhere. Oh, our mesh is a grid. That counts, right? There's also grid in this banner piece right here. Staples. Yes, we used staples. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut file. No. Ombre. No. Splatters. Yeah, we did that. A sun. No. Coffee or tea. No. Cork. No. Do I still have cork kicking around here even? I do. Let's see. I could put the nerd one with the glasses. That's kind of funny. fork. What else we got? Bling. I'm sure we could put some bling on here. Got bling. Bling and things. What's this one? This one's got yellow. We can use yellow. Where should we put our bling today? Let's see. I need tweezers first of all. Oops. Tweezers came out with my scissors this time. Okay, so we could put some bling. What if we put a little bit there, one up here, and maybe one over by our ribbon? There we go. So we've got 3 bling added to our list. What comes after bling? Embossing? No, not today. Bling. Torn paper. Yeah, we tore our vellum piece. Green. Is there green on here? Probably not. Gear. I have these little gears. This one is red. I feel like it can go on here somewhere. What do you think? Why not, hey? Gear. Rainbow. Would you count those as rainbows? I don't know. They're not meant to be rainbows. Gold. Yeah, our little bow is gold. Finish a product. We finished our black polka dot ribbon. Die cuts. I would say no. I didn't put any die cuts on here. Interesting. Buttons? No. Puffy stickers? Where's those puffies? I know I have them. Do we want a puffy banner? We already have banners. I don't know where my... Did I put them away? I might have. I did not. They'll be in here. Ooh. My black hearts. I know it sounds strange to put black hearts on things, but I know I've said it before, but this is my second pack because I just keep adding black hearts to my layouts. It seems to be a thing. Because I like my smaller embellishments to be black. How about the heart goes with I love? Yeah? Yeah. Puffy. Puffy stickers, multi-font title. Check. Feather. Well, you can't really see them, but there were feathers on that vellum paper. Multi-font title. Puffy sticker and feather. What else we got? Silver. We put a silver eyelet on there. Scallops. No, but you know what I just saw? When we were flipping through our little sticker book, I saw scallops. Did you see them? Look at those polka dot scallops. And the blue kind of matches better with my blue up at the top. So what if... What if we put some scallop on here? I don't know if I want it down there though. Let's put it up here. Gonna have to lift it, ink a little bit, especially these sides. add a little adhesive because that sticker book does not have good adhesive. That's like the newest thing in here. Goodness sakes, hey? Okay, we got scallops. What else? It's a clock. I did not put a clock. The word love, right there. Acetate, right there. Used a punch. I used a punch for my tab. Songbird, no. Wood grain. Yeah, my background was wood grain. Doodle. Did I doodle on here? No. 3 or more photos. No. Black and white photo. No. Geotag. No. Rounded corners. No. Glitter. No. Disney. Yay! I got a point. Leaf or speech bubble? No. Let's see what we got on this side. Avocado. I did not find one that I wanted on here. Music notes. No, we decided to go with the bow. White pen. No. A sloth. Pickle. Memorabilia. A flower. Did I get a flower on here? Use a sketch. I sure did. Butterflies. No. Holiday theme. We were on holiday. Cloud. No. Books. Wood veneer. Nope. Banner. We got our banners up here. What else we got? Bees. No. Sequins. No, but maybe I'll add some later. We'll see. Hedgehog. Stamp. I stamped this stitch line up here, and I also stamped my date down here. Journaling card. Yes. A big giant one. A bow. There he is. And some lace. We have a lace doily pattern back there. What else we got? A brad. No. A shaker pocket. No. A chicken. No. I always laugh at that one. I don't know. Chickens and pickles. Flag. There's flags on my banner. Fruit. No. Chipboard. Yes, our frame is chipboard. And what else we got? Put away 5 layouts. I do that at the end of the month. Vellum we did put on here. And an eyelet. Yeah, we did that too. What else? Viewmaster. Got that. Ticket. No, but I see a lot of tickets on this sticker sheet. Do you think I could put one? Ticket to fun? What about ticket to fun? Should lift that a little bit up. That's kind of cute, right? It's kind of under my, I don't know if I like that. There we go. Ticket. And where did I stop? Ticket, photo corner. Yep. Super old stash. Yes. Chevrons. Yes. A deer? No. Playing cards? No. Bubbles? No. A quote? No. Robot? No. Blue? Yes, we got blue on here and yellow. Good. Okay. The word spring? No. A tab? We did. Dimensional adhesive? We did not use that today. Curved title? No. Something folded. I did fold my tab because it comes out as like a full thing. You fold over. List? No. Tree? This would have been a good listing card though, because it had 1 to 10. Tree, no. Cat, no. Bunny rabbit, no. Unicorn, no. Turquoise or teal, no. Nouveau drops, no. Dragonfly, no. Airplane, no. Mesh, yes, we got mesh on there. A farm animal and a wild animal, no. None of those things. Unless mice count as farm animal because we have Mickey on here. Okay, so I think that's it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 63. 63 points so far. We'll see if I add more after I turn off the camera and glue stuff down, but I doubt it. I think I really like the way that this one turned out, so I'll probably not add very much. The most I'll add is a few more enamel dots and maybe some sequins, I think. So, but you can always check out my Instagram or my Facebook page if you want to see what the finished layout looks like. And don't forget to go and give some love to our sketch creator today. I added her YouTube channel in the description box. And also, if you are watching through 30 Days of Sketches, make sure you're liking those videos of all of those content creators. It's really nice to show them that you've been watching. All right. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I will be back tomorrow, Friday, at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I hope some of you can join me live. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. Bye for now.